Making $3,000 in 4 weeks or less. Totally possible. It takes a lot of effort. And here are the vessels. I've made this tweet about making $3,000 by the end of the month. And by far the easiest way to do it is to learn how to build a website and then sell that for $1,500, $2,000 down payment. So shout out in this video to one of my followers, Adam. He's been doing phenomenal work. He had a down payment of $2,000 with a client today. So he's 18 years old and he's the one proving that it can be done. So first, how to condense this timeline of making $3,000 as fast as possible, right? So you don't have the skill and you need to learn it fast. So if I was to start all over again, I would start with Elementor or Webflow or something like that. But I think that Elementor has a far faster learning curve than anything else. And just finished briandecoded.com on Webflow. Not fully finished yet, but you can go and check it out. Website looks fire. I'm really proud of it. So go check it out. But besides that, I want you to think about condensing this skill learning of Elementor into 2 weeks and then spending another 2 weeks to get your $2,000 payment, right? Like Adam got it. So it's not impossible. It's very possible. Getting $3,000 in a month's time is a reasonable expectation for someone that is delivering the value. And I'm always going back in time thinking about the first website that I sold, which was like for $2,500 back in 2014. It was an e-commerce. So crazy amounts of cheap price compared to the value that we brought to the table. And as I'm observing a lot of businesses that are making actual money, the more time goes by, the more I think the people should be charging more, because you're entering into this barter economy and businesses are mostly on the winning side of the trade. So you shouldn't go cheap on yourself. And I remember being stuck for so long in this bubble of who's charging cheaper and why are they charging cheaper and what does make me an expert to charge more. And one of the things that I've realized as I was observing historicals, right, like 2014 and then 2019 when I started to venture out on my own, I was thinking how I was thinking about money and what was the position in my life that forced me into accepting a lower rate for the value that I'm bringing to the table. And it was an interesting observation of my past self and how much I've been undervaluing myself. And the biggest problem was that I was focused only on the leads that were constantly saying, oh, you're too expensive, you're too expensive. If your leads are saying to you that you're too expensive, then you need to increase the volume of the leads. You don't decrease the price, you increase the volume of the leads, and then all the brokies that can't afford you sound like they're broke, which is typically the fact. Like when someone has like a price issues and you're charging reasonable rates, and reasonable rates in my book are like anything between 5 to 10K if you're doing a good work. Well, let's say you're not doing a good work, you're just starting out and you need to get by and you need to pay your rent. $3,000 for a website that's built in Elementor and that is answering to the client's requests, especially if you learn the things that are going to improve the performance of that business. So if you know these things and you invest the time, which you can condense in 2 weeks. I kid you not. I remember 2010, I've been building my first few websites, and Alpha Efficiency was like a third iteration of me learning how to build websites. I've been slapping up these templates that were looking so professional at a time. And I was like, holy hell, this looks amazing. Like, I was so proud that I was the person that actually did it. So there was this immense sense of accomplishment in building a website. It's that's the joy of building a site, that you actually see the byproduct of your work. And when it comes down to marketing, there's so much like, oh, what did I get? And the client and you are like clash, because the higher you charge, the less money they've made. So there's like a inherent conflict. But for the website, it's a business owner that's investing into his own perception. So there's still a way that you can get on the same team. I've done both, right? Both marketing services and web design. And I just always preferred doing a site, even though there's like not as much of a life cycle after the website's finished. Like our maintenance packages are like, I don't know, $500 a month. Uh, the fact remains that like you've built something. It's there. It sits. Like it exists, and it gives you a sense of pride. And every time I hop on a new sales call with the prospect, like I have some. Oh, we just finished this site, and the last website that we finished is a banger. You know, and you just say, hey, we just finished this site. Look, it's just like on a staging right now, and it's about to go live. And the clients are like, damn, like, yeah, they just finished that website. So that's connection, right? You have something to show and something to feel good about yourself, and it's a good start. It's a good start, and all it takes is for you to spend like 10 hours watching YouTube videos, figuring out how Elementor works, knowing which typography to utilize. Maybe learn a little bit about the content, but you can ask the client, hey, can you please get me the content so I don't have to invention one for you? But if you do, you can always chat GPT the content and work with the client. The whole point is this experiment will allow you to cover your charge, right? Make what is needed for you to buy yourself some income so that you can start working remote. And if you're not making enough, well, there's always DoorDash, Uber, whatnot. There's plenty of opportunities that are out there that could allow you to get by. But learning this skill, and there are people out there that really need sites. It's not a joke. And $3,000 is nothing, given that they have a strong opportunity to flip that $3,000 website into getting their own clients, right? It's not that you can just offer them a website. There's like a Google local SEO, and you can start charging them like $1,000. These like smaller contracts do add up. And so I know it from my own skin. Like we finish a website and we offer SEO for $1,500 a month, and then you get like 5-10 clients like that. It ends up being, it's a decent amount of money, and you actually do deliver that value because it's going towards somebody else's benefit. And this benefit is allowing that other business to create new customers, to direct the attention and energy to his business, and for his prospective clients to trust that person more. So you need to really think not just in terms of how you're going to collect the $3,000 paycheck, but to integrate the knowledge of the value that you're bringing to the table, so you don't feel bad when you're approaching the sales conversation. If you're coming in and I remember myself even back in 2019, I needed the money, and to pay the rent and to pay the people that were working for me, especially when I had some that was the only instance of the chargeback in 2019 that I had. That was for a bigger amount. I had no money, and I had to pay both the credit card company because they took the money back out of my account, and I had to pay my people. So not only did I not earn the money, I also spent that money that I got charged back for. It was like brutal. It was literally brutal. And I'm not advising you to take credit cards. Like if you don't know what you're doing, like you better pick up the ACH. But if you have to, you'll do it, right? So make sure to do a goddamn good work. That's how you're gonna stay in the game. But the timeline of 30 days, 100% reasonable and expectable. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but if you can get your own website up and running, like I did branddecoded.com, looks banger. I really love the fonts and how the content's popping up. If I can make something like that, like why wouldn't you be able to make your own thing, right? Don't overcomplicate this shit. Elementor.com, namecheap.com, buy your own site, make a few portfolio pages, get on with it, sell, make some money, get $3,000 by the end of the month. Bye, guys.